And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of Crypto, episode 845. Today is Monday, November 29th, 2021, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 10ish. And today is one of those 10ish days. Top stories of the day: Tanzania reportedly makes plans to launch CBDC. DeFi protocol Omicron's token jumps tenfold after namesake COVID variant emerges. Coinbase acquires crypto wallet firm BRD for undisclosed amount. Spectral raises 6.75 million to build a decentralized credit bureau, and Jack Dorsey expected to step down as Twitter CEO. It is now being reported that and more. But first and foremost, of course, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these prices coming to you straight from Coin Market Cap. Bitcoin has already rebounded. I really saw a headline story. I couldn't believe it. It mentioned Bitcoin's bear market was already over this weekend. I was like, I didn't know a $53,000 Bitcoin price was a bear market, but apparently it is on some of these websites now. So Bitcoin's coming in at $57,082, up 4.91%. Ethereum's at $4,321, up 5.73%. Binance Coin at $618, up about 4.03%. Solana at $205, up about 8%. Cardano at $1.57, up 4.4%. And number 10, we got Dogecoin at 21 cents, up 8%, as it looks like Binance has come out and said they figured out whatever was going on with those Dogecoin wallets over there on that centralized server. Now, some quick shout outs. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all the new warriors who bought that masterclass over the weekend. What is it called? The Cyber Monday and the Crypto Tuesday sale is still going on. I know there were some issues with the beginners class with the code. That code has been fixed. So again, it's 15% off of all classes using that code. And if you have any issues, just be sure to email us and we'll get back to you to make sure we update anything. What's going on? Patrick, Walter, Romy Rome, Satoshi Slim, Chappie, Wendy, Leroy Forbes. Okay, there we go. Wendy put her name in there. Bill Spliff, Jasmine Brunson, Crypto Boy, PR Art, the LeBeau 2, Bitcoin Madam, Eric Horton, Junior Malley, Izoko. Good morning. BT from Code London. Good morning from London. There we go. Tony A from Essex, UK. Oh, we got some UK folks in here today. For real, there we go. And Ali Pio, the sale will be going on until Wednesday too. So tomorrow you all will have time to still use it as well. All right, and then let's see, top story of the day. As I already mentioned, Tanzania is in the news. Tanzania reportedly makes plans to launch CBDC. This story, not so much as the fact that they're launching it to CBDC, it's just the fact that we're starting to proliferate, right? This is like the United States and Russia during the Cold War missile crisis, where everybody's just trying to get as many nuclear missiles as possible. I think that's going to happen when it comes to CBDCs in every other country. We're starting to see it as the central bank has already begun preparations for a digital shilling, according to the Bank of Tanzania Governor Florence Luiga. One thing we always say is by the time it's in the news already, they've already made their plans and things are happening. So I'm glad that they already put out this story that the preparations have started. You know, they're just announcing it right now. But the Bank of Tanzania is reportedly planning to introduce a central bank digital currency for the African nation after neighboring countries announced similar initiatives. According to a Friday Bloomberg report, the Tanzania Governor Florence Luiga said on Thursday that Tanzania was planning to follow Nigeria's example in rolling out its own CBDC. Luiga reportedly said that the central bank had already began preparations for a digital shilling, Tanzania's currency, since 1966. It's actually pretty funny. They'll be calling a CBDC a shilling. I think they should really change the name of that once they realize what that is in this community. But regardless, it's good news to see because that's all that's literally going to happen. Just as Tanzania is copying Nigeria, there'll be another country next to Tanzania that copies them. There'll be another country next to that country that copies them. Next thing you know, half of the world's countries will be on CBDCs, and we will be doing finances different as we know it moving forward. So this is huge news because more countries are starting to adopt CBDCs. And this is also going to be another place where we can look at proof of concept to see how it works. Do CBDCs work for normal transactions? Will they only be used for government transactions? Will you have to pay a tax on it? Does it pay for taxes? Like, there'll be so many questions involved with CBDCs. I think it's good as we see more and more countries adopt them, so we can see how they're going to be utilized in these different countries and these different areas as well. So let me see. Lawrence Sanders, what's going on? Say, good morning, Crypto Warriors. Went bullish on STX and OKCoin and Xverse and bought some other altcoins also. That's good to see. All right, Lawrence. I would definitely do your own due diligence on the other altcoins, but I know Bitcoin Zay has been talking about STX as well. Also, what's going on, Kaylee Ford, Crypto for Life, YGHD, what's going on? Another one from London. London is in the house today, for sure. That's what's up. I like to see that. Just type it in the chat. Do your own research, of course, on any sponsored coins in this channel. So want to make sure we put that out there as well. Okay, DeFi protocol Omicron. This was sad and hilarious at the same time. Omicron token jumps tenfold after namesake COVID variant emerges. That is right. If you all saw the headline of the new COVID variant that came out, it's called Omicron now. The World Health Organization, WHO, on Friday named the newly detected SARS-CoV-2 variant as Omicron and deemed it as a variant of concern, sending Bitcoin and the broader crypto market into a tailspin along with equities. However, one little known cryptocurrency stayed resilient and chalked up a tenfold rally over the weekend. OMIC, OMIC, the native coin of decentralized reserve currency protocol with the same name as the newly detected COVID variant Omicron, picked up a bid near $70 late Friday and rose as high as $711 on Sunday, according to data from crypto.com. Now, this is what an irrational market looks like. This is dumb money. This is scary. And this is scary because it's hard for us to do our job and analyze the market when things like this are happening, because you don't get an accurate picture, right? Like, this is clearly dumb money is in the market. And usually when dumb money is in the market, we've hit that psychological top and it's like, all right, get ready to prepare for a bear market. The price is going to slip and stay down. But this time is different. A few reasons why. The dip that we were going to see, as we already mentioned last week, we kind of saw it going into Thanksgiving. As we said, it dips every year going into Thanksgiving. And literally as the turkey's cut, we see that price pump a little bit. We saw that price pump again this weekend. And the reason why I say this is worrying is because for the rest of the year, it's greener pastures, it's clear skies. Traditionally, we get another pump in December toward the beginning. And then toward the end, we get a pump going into New Year's because it's Bitcoin birthday, and Bitcoin raises the price pumps every year on New Year's Eve, New Year's, as well as his birthday. That is almost a yearly thing that's been happening. So my thing is, with the last 4 weeks of the year, we're expecting a pump at least 10 days out of these last 4 weeks, right? At least 8 to 10 days. So I don't see a big dip. And if it's dumb money coming in like this, I mean, what would that do to the price? Would that accelerate it, to something crazy we haven't seen? Who knows? But again, when Omicron is going up times 10 just because a COVID variant has been named, that has the same name, that's ridiculous. It makes no sense, especially when this industry is all about code, or it should be about code. It should be about the zeros, the ones, the bits, and things to make the protocol. So again, the token surge perhaps represents peak irrationality, a case of cryptocurrency rallying just because its parent blockchain coincidentally shares a name with the new COVID variant. I mean, I was just going to say, I'm quite curious as to know who bought into this based off the name, but here you go. Somebody on Twitter, I bought the OMIC with 9 Ethereum. So 9 Ethereum, $4,000 a pop, a little less than $40,000. I don't think it's a good choice, but I'm willing to gamble, meme with some money that doesn't affect my life. Good luck. So again, the project Omicron is built on Ethereum scaling technology, Arbitrum, but has no connection to the coronavirus. And OMIC is far from being a safe haven asset. The token's maximum supply is capped at 1 million OMNIC, but data providers like Masari, Crypto.com, and CoinGecko do not provide details about a cryptocurrency's market capitalization. So again, people are saying that spike is evidence of bubble-like conditions in the crypto market. It definitely is. I mean, look at this, people. This literally makes no sense. This makes zero sense. This is a sign that we're in a bubble. Traditionally, this is the sign. This is the sign that all things are about to go bad. We're going to be sideways or going downwards for a while. However, like I said, this time it might be different only because we're not even done with this year's pump. Now, on the flip side, what could happen is we could have a good rest of the year. We could pump, whether it's a crazy number or just a small one. We could see this pump happen in the year. We could see the New Year's pump happen. Let's say January 10th, January 15th, we're sitting at about a $73,000, $75,000 Bitcoin, which, by the way, your boy King Bless called for a $75,000 Bitcoin at the end. I can't even say it, at the end of the year. And so far, out of everyone who called it 300,000s, the 400, I'm the closest. I said we'll be seeing a $75,000 Bitcoin at the end of this year. I think we're very close to that. I think that will stand. I think we'll see something around the $75,000 mark. I hope so that way I can pour it on the whole industry as being the one who had the right number. But seriously, even if that happens, when we go into the new year, again, after Martin Luther King Day, regulators are going to come in. I expect regulators to come with an NFT package this year, and possibly even a DeFi and metaverse package this early, trying to get a jump on it. If they do come with those packages, if they do come trying to regulate those markets, we could see a slight bear market, an ongoing one for months. They may last until next year is 2022. We may see a bear market last toward the end of 2023 until the happening of 2024 comes. So that's like the worst case scenario, where we just see another 2 year, year and a half bear market. Best case scenario is that the pumps continue. But again, this is a sign of dumb money. It makes no sense. It's pumping times 10 because it has the name of a COVID variant. This is dumb money. And this is when you should actually be worried in the market. These are the moments. Let me go ahead and look at some of the comments and see what you all are saying about this, though. Kadeem, what's going on, fam? Ali Peel said, I think 85 to 105 by the top of the bull market. PR Arc is saying 100K by December 15th. Litmo Crypto, AMC coming with the Spider-Man NFT. There we go. Let's see. Hey, what's going on Zella for the 15% off? I'll put the code is 15 off is in the comment section right now. I'll put it on Twitter as well. But yes, if you're just entering, that 15 off does work for all classes. If it doesn't work when you try to use, just go ahead and email us and we'll make sure we get that through to you as well. And yes, Shirley, I just put that in there as well. If you also want to pay with Bitcoin, you can do Bitcoin for 15% off as well. And we have a Bitcoin link. So if you want to do a Bitcoin, feel free to email us. But the regular code is just 15 off as well. Let's see, Ashley K said these variants from the vax. Always going to have a new one. Of course, don't get us started. You know how we feel about the vaccine here. What's going on, Caesar? Caesar said he bought Syscoin after an interview, and I'm up already. There you go. I will say this about Syscoin. If you bought it at the interview and you're up already, feel free to sell up too, people. Feel free to sell. I'm glad we had to have Jag on from that AMA for the Syscoin interview. Glad he answered questions. However, it's an OG coin. They still have an uphill battle. They still have a lot of stuff to go through to prove themselves as a coin to just stay here as far as community and growth and building go. But definitely, if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. When you get that profit, get out there and play with the house money. You know how. Let's see. Tiohana Mejo said Miami coin. Yes, Miami coin is still going on. Young ears. Right now, you can convert Bitcoin to government money, dollars. Wondering if you'll always be able to do that when the entire world goes to CBDC. No, I think once we actually go to CBDCs, we'll be converting Bitcoin to CBDCs, not the fiat currency, especially as more places stop accepting fiat currency. It'll be one of those things where we don't even accept cash here, but we do accept the CBDC. Have I seen the STX NFTs? They seem to be taking over. STX is up 17% today, says Kaylee Fort. I haven't seen them myself, but I have seen the articles and people talking about them on the forums. So I do have to check it out. That'll be my homework for this week. Also, speaking of homework and stuff, I did do a quick video. I'll release it more likely this week. I recorded it. I woke up and recorded it really quick while I just did it. I did get my ENS airdrop. For those who know, of course, Ethereum name service did have an airdrop for those who had already signed up for a domain. I won't lie, people, I cried this weekend almost. I got lazy. I only signed up for one domain. I only did my own personal King Bless domain. I was about to do like the gym and the cryptos and all the other ones. And I was just like, I'll get back to it. Like this thing is 2 years from being used, right? Like I'm like, no one's about to use ENS today. Why wait? Of course, that ENS airdrop came. Essentially, for those who had an ENS name, if you haven't already claimed those, I think you have until May of 2022. But every domain you signed up for, it was worth about $4,200 in airdrop. So every domain you signed up for, let me repeat that. You signed up for 4 to 6. I mean, I was telling people this weekend, I remember when ENS first started, and I say it like it's a long time ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, there were already people going on there buying up every domain name you could think of. They were already doing the crypto.ens, like blockchain.ens, Bitcoin. Like they were buying everything you could. And I'm just over here thinking like, oh my God, like these people literally just got airdropped $500,000. But yeah, I did a quick video on that just to show you how to do it. But it's as simple as going in, claiming, either keeping your own voting power or giving your voting power away, distributing it to someone else. And then you just claim your tokens. And then of course, I show you how to go to the swap. So I use like 1 inch and I just immediately swap my ENS tokens over to Ethereum. Again, that was about a 4,200. It was like 1 Ethereum. It was a 1 Ethereum airdrop essentially per domain name. I say all this to say, I have seen other airdrop platforms that have airdrop tokens. When they do it super early, which I think ENS did it super early, it looks like there's only about 55,000 people worldwide who have done anything on this. When they do it super early, sometimes they do second ones. They do dual airdrops. They do like later airdrops just for the people who didn't learn the first time, who came on late. So I say all that to say, if you are interested, wait till the gas fee's low. It might be worth going to get one of those ENS names just in case they do another airdrop in the future. Because again, I think this first one was super early. There's only 55,000 people who received it. I can see them do another one in the future. So just want to throw that out there as well. But hell, my goodness, people, that was a nice little stimmy package. You wake up and boom, there it is. So you can't be mad at that. And again, I'll release that video this week for those who did buy the ENS names so they can see how quickly you can do it. It literally took me 5 minutes to get the airdrop and to swap it out for Ethereum. Okay, let's see. Finn said, anyone see this sketchy OKCoin earnings agreement? They're asking people to sign regarding clawing back earnings to socialize losses. Yeah, that sounds sketchy. Listen, whenever one of these exchanges or something are talking about agreements or like, they have all the money. Why are they trying to? No, it sounds sketchy. I'm with you as well. Let's see. Rogue Dex. I'm not sure about the best ledger these days, but not only that, more to come here in the next week or two. We will be partnering with a couple wallet companies out there, or a wallet company out there. So we'll let you all know who that is soon. But until then, I can't even say which is the best wallet right now. I'm gonna hold off a week for that. Let's see. Marion Wells, COVID variant names are based off the Greek alphabet. Omicron with a long O. Oh, Omicron. I got you. Let's see. Dev, so Africa had a high surveillance on COVID and their numbers were low. Omicron being the worst variant and coming out of the motherland, and then the coin being created just don't sit right with me. Yeah, that was kind of weird going as well. What's going on, Kadeem? So I got that 2x speed going. Yes, speed up the show for sure. Let's see. Satoshi Slim said, don't throw the name out there until you're ready to pay for it. That's how someone else will own it first. Oh yeah, it's all good. I'm not tripping too much about it. We want this money to get around to everybody as well. All right, last few stories. Coinbase, I saw this last week, meant to cover it, forgot, but definitely wanted to circle back. It's pretty important. Coinbase acquires crypto wallet firm BRD for undisclosed amount. The price of BRD's utility token rocketed about 500% following the announcement of the deal. Again, dumb money. For those who don't know, so BRD wallet, we actually had them on the show before. Shout out to Tyler from BRD. Hopefully he gets a nice little chunk of this acquisition. Tyler was a crypto warrior first. He started his crypto journey watching us at Gem in the Crypto. Eventually he went to go work for BRD wallet. And then I remember he reached out to us, was like, hey, I got the BRD wallet team, on the line, I work with them. They willing to come in and do an AMA type of interview. So we had an AMA interview with BRD. Wallet was doing great, excellent wallet. They've done a good job. So first of all, shout out to that team for being acquired, because I know they deserve it. So shout out to BRD wallet for being acquired. They deserved it. However, for me personally, again, I've used it. I do use it. I think personally I might scale off of it. Now, granted, this Coinbase acquisition of BRD wallet could and probably will look a lot like the Trust wallet and Binance, right? Where they're saying this is a DeFi wallet, we're hands off. We just happen to be the people who own it or whatever. That is a possibility. However, I just don't like the way Coinbase has done business in this space. Haven't liked it. I don't trust them. So I don't want to use that wallet. I mean, it's really that simple for me. I will not be using BRD moving forward or telling others to use it because of this acquisition, unless, of course, you are using Coinbase already, then just use it almost as a secondary centralized wallet. But again, just the way Coinbase does business, I find it hard to believe that they're going to acquire a wallet like BRD that already has customers, that has volume, that has all this data, and they're just going to ignore it. They're going to say, nope, we're not going to use none of that data you have to make any more money. We're going to ignore all that. And we're going to let the wallet stand alone as a DeFi application. I don't believe it because, for one, Coinbase is now a public company. So it's about what's best for the shareholders. And for public companies, especially in a capitalistic country like America, what's best is making more money every quarter. If you're sitting on a money plate, you're sitting on a golden egg, you're going to use it as a public company. You're not going to not use it because the name of DeFi and the name of DeFi, whatever. Like, no, you're a public company. You have investors. You have a board. You're about to have all this stuff now. You're going to use it. So it's because of that I'm not going to be using BRD myself. But again, that's Coinbase, the largest U.S. crypto exchange, has acquired crypto wallet firm BRD, according to Coinbase, which did not disclose the terms of the deal. BRD's unique expertise in self-custody crypto wallets will be invaluable in our goal of enabling more people to safely and securely access to the decentralized world of crypto, a Coinbase spokesperson told CoinDesk on Wednesday. We'll be sharing more information in the coming months about how BRD and wallet teams will unite. Again, this isn't the truth. This is a lie. It's a lie because Coinbase and their goal of enabling more people to safely and securely access the decentralized world of crypto has never been their goal. Why? The reason why we initially stopped using Coinbase is because when we started buying Bitcoin on Coinbase, we bought too much, essentially. They stopped letting us buy Bitcoin. To me, that showed me it was their goal to not make sure as many people had safe and secure access to the decentralized world of crypto. It was to ensure that they could allow certain people to have that type of access. But regardless, again, I'm not a big fan of Coinbase. Don't trust them. Would not use them for BRD wallet moving forward. But again, we were talking about dumb money. Look at BRD wallet. Like, look at his life, like his lifespan's price. Like, literally, it had its high when it came out at the end of 2017. And no offense to BRD, I was a fan of their wallet, but I called them out when they came out. And listen, every project that came out at the end of 2017 to me was a money grab. Why? Because 2017 was ICOs, it was money in the air, all this stuff was happening. I didn't trust most projects coming out fourth quarter 2017, first quarter 2018, because it was just like, oh, you're just trying to ride the money train. But essentially, I'll bring this up. You know, they hit their all-time high 2018, and the market fervor was crazy. And literally, they haven't seen anything like that since. Now, of course, 2018, 2019 was a bear market. 2020, 2021, they had the same summer pump this year, April pump that we saw everywhere. And boom, like this is literally the straightest line since the project was launched. It's irrational. It makes no sense. I mean, realistically, even if Coinbase plans to deploy the BRD wallet, because first and foremost, if they use it as an actual decentralized wallet, then it doesn't make sense for this to go up that much, because they won't overnight all of a sudden take volume and sales just because Coinbase is using it. People won't start using BRD. So just all the tokenomics, it didn't even make sense to buy into this if Coinbase is planning to keep it decentralized. Now, if they were to come out and say, hey, we plan to centralize this wallet, we're going to use this BRD for a trading token and all that, then I get it. They didn't say that. They came out and said, we plan to keep it decentralized. If they actually do that, you just lost money on this buy, to my estimation. But not only that, again, literally, let's go back to this price. You're looking at a week ago, this thing being at 16 cents, going up to $1.14 just off the news that Coinbase has acquired it. Second thing is, even if they plan to use it, and this will be worth something, this BRD token will be worth something, they're not going to deploy it and start using it next week. This might be a 3 to 6 month hold before they actually develop the way that they're going to do this in their business plan. Like before they actually deploy whatever they're going to deploy and utilize this the way they're going to use it, this may be another 3 to 6 months. What will be the price of Bitcoin in 3 to 6 months? What will be the price for your other favorite altcoins? Would this have been worth the hold? So personally, I don't know. I would say if you're interested in this partnership, how they acquired them, wait another 2 to 3 weeks. Watch the price in the next 2 to 3 weeks. You'll find a dip in a safer spot to enter the market then. And if it's what they say it is, then they'll bounce back to the dollar price point. But honestly, I think we may just see a slow dip and retracement of this coin, maybe not to the 16 cent, maybe down to 35, 40 cent. But I can see this happening, this slow retracement for the next anywhere 2 to 3 months, because nothing's going to be happening with, like, there won't be any additional news outside of them being acquired. So if you bought into it just now at that top, buckle up. Daniel Patton, you think Coinbase would drop their own coin? It would make sense. I mean, if Coinbase dropped their own coin and did like a retroactive airdrop for the users, oh my goodness, I would need to go back in there. But no, they might do their own coin, or they might actually use BRD wallet and BRD coin as their coin. You have to remember, Coinbase dropping their own coin, it may not be that easy or even work for them. The same thing, they tried to do that whole lending platform. The US SEC said, we'll sue your ass if you do it. Same thing, if Coinbase tries to drop a coin, I think the government will come back around and be like, no, that is not the terms of our business relationship. You will not be competing with the US dollar or a US Fed coin. We will sue you, and they'll go right back to their shell and say, fine, we'll just be an exchange or whatever. So I don't think that would happen personally. Let's see, Dev. So Coinbase should only be used to earn DAI, swap it to Bitcoin, then move it off to your cold storage. You already know it. See, Gracie, what's going on? Songbird did an airdrop on Uphold, but Uphold and Songbird haven't allowed people to transfer the token off the exchange. Yeah, so I stopped using Uphold as too. I knew some of you guys were, complaining about it. I started getting some pressure off Uphold too, as far as like verification. After I verified, they still were taking time to take my money off the exchange. And I was like, and I'm gone. I'm done. Like I don't deal with that in the crypto space when there's issues. I'm usually like one and done when I see that. Let's see. Yep. See, Captain G said, yeah, I left Coinbase earlier this year when I was unable to move tokens. It's crazy. PFC Will said, Trek, hey, I owe you a message. I know I got you today. Can we please start repeating the false narrative of the new variant coming from Africa? It was found in Belgium by South African doctors. That's a very big difference. That is very true as well. Let's see. Yes, Leroy Forbes say, I remember you and Zay recommending BRD wallet a while back. That's what I mean. It's one of those things. If you've been watching us, you should already been in BRD. If you were interested, again, we had Tyler on. I think they had the team on back in 2018 or 2019. So it's been a while since they've been on. But yeah, we've been talking about BRD wallet. I think I mentioned it in the masterclass as well. So I guess I need to go update that bad boy. But it's in the masterclass as well. So yeah, I mean, it's been a good while. They've done a good job on that team. It's just, again, Coinbase is in this business for business, folks. It's one, like, this is Coinbase. To me, Coinbase is like your favorite YouTuber who does sponsor ads now that everybody's pissed off about, right? Like all these different tweets I'm seeing out there. But seriously, it's like, just know what to expect from them. Like, it's Coinbase. Yes, they do have Bitcoin. They will sell you just a little bit. They won't sell you a lot of it. They'll sell you a little bit. But by and large, you're here to make money. So they have new decentralized platforms and wallets and stuff. It's like, yeah, how decentralized are they? And how long will they actually use? Let's see. Rico said, what exchange do I use for Bitcoin? Again, I really like Gemini because of the way they've been doing business. I know it probably won't last forever. But for those who have been in Gemini for a while and have their limits raised and stuff, like they do really good business. If you're trying to do a little like higher trades, higher cost trades, I guess, higher dollar trades, Gemini is pretty good. All right, here was another one. We mentioned this last week. I actually had to find the story. I just want to show it to you really quick. Spectral raises $6.75 million to, excuse me, I can't say, to build a decentralized credit bureau. That's right. Spectral raises $6.75 million to build a decentralized credit bureau. We talk about this in the masterclass. One of the crown jewels in the masterclass is the credit-free collateralized loans, showing you how to collateralize your loan with your crypto, of course, collateralize your crypto for a loan without needing a credit score. This is huge news in the world of crypto, because now those who have the ability to buy crypto, who have the ability to trade crypto, to borrow crypto, do anything in crypto, you can give yourself a loan, 80%, 85%, up to 85% on some platforms of those holdings. With that, one of the best things about it is that you don't need a credit score. There's no third party in there to say you're allowed to do this and you're not allowed, like we see in the traditional sector that we know separates so many people. Having a credit score can affect people. But I told you all a while ago, I was like, hey, I've been living outside the credit market for years by choice, and it works. I kept saying it works. I've done it. I've tried it. I played with it. But this to me is a natural maturation in the DeFi space, a protocol for programmable credit worthiness. Now, of course, if you're anything like me, you know that I want to push back on this. I think these platforms should not be there. However, I know how strong the mainstream and centralized organizations are, and I'm not a fool. I've seen the market now. I've seen the way the government moves. I've seen the way these companies move. We found a workaround. We found a workaround of giving loans without a credit score. We're crazy to think that workaround will exist as it is. Like, this is going to happen. I think the same way we see Bitcoin as we do now, as far as buying it, you know, you can buy it peer-to-peer versus on an exchange. This will be the same way we see collateralized loans and credit scores on the blockchain in general. There will be one audience, the one that's on my side, the same people always say, hey, the technology is there. You don't need to use a centralized server. You don't need to use an exchange to swap or to buy or do any of these things. You don't have to listen to the government because they don't have control in this sector, even though they're just trying to tell you they do. So there will be people who go by those foundations and say, nope, you still don't need a crypto credit score if you use these platforms or do it this way or use the technology. And then there will be the people that say, nope, you need a crypto credit score. You got to have one of these blockchain programmable credit scores. This is the way we're doing business. I want to see it. If you want to borrow from us or if you want to do business with us, it will be a part of the industry. It's about who's going to get there first. So shout out to Mike Novogratz and Spectral. We're trying to get there first. But realistically, I think they'll build something decent, halfway decent. And I think he knows it. He's been around markets long enough to know. You don't have to build the next best thing out there. You don't have to build the next best credit, DeFi credit score rating out there. No. You just need to build the structure. You put $6, $7, $8, $10 million in this thing. You build the structure of it. You build a working smart contract. You have something for Bank of America, for Wells Fargo, for JP Morgan, for Goldman Sachs. You just have a blueprint, a framework for them to go off, and that $10 million will become $100 million when they buy it off you, and then they build on it themselves. So they don't need to build the next best thing. I don't think they will build the next best thing. I think they would build the framework and introduce DeFi credit worthiness to people and the ideal to the mainstream market. And then that's when they'll make their immediate money. They'll say, hey, here's the ideal. This is the way it will look. Here's a prototype. You can buy it. $100 million later, we out that market. Whoever bought it for $100 million will be planning to make their $1 billion off it as they build more into it and say, hey, here are all these applications for DeFi credit scores for people to use. Here, I'll connect your different wallets. Here's how to connect all 10 of your wallets to make sure we're getting your best credit rating, right? There'll be all those type of applications coming later. But again, this is Spectral, a protocol for programmable credit worthiness, has announced a $6.75 million fundraise led by Polychain Capital. This includes Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital, Chamath Palihapitiya's Social Capital, and shout out to Chamath. I know I'm saying his name wrong, but that's the Warriors owner, the Warriors basketball NBA team owner. He's been doing a lot of stuff in the tech space. The guy's like a genius in the tech space, so that's pretty cool to see. Parafi Capital, Edge, and Node Ventures, The Graph, and MetaPurse Ventures also participate in the round. Spectral develops infrastructure for assessing credit risk in Web3 and lays the framework for new asset class programmable credit worthiness. Spectral's first project is an on-chain credit score, which gives lenders an improved mechanism to evaluate borrower risk and grants the user full control over their identity and pseudonymity on the blockchain. Building the infrastructure for programmable credit worthiness lays the groundwork for completely new tooling as we begin to move towards an ecosystem that designs custom and community-centric credit applications, said Cesar Varghese, co-founder and CEO of Spectral. So again, one more time, I want to make sure this is clear. The credit thing, Spectral, like these applications will be a part of the space whether we want it to or not. And let's be clear, I don't want it because this is another barrier to entry. However, a few things. First, if you're watching this show right now, you should never need this. Like, the day they come out with a programmable credit score and all that, like, you should never need it. If you're watching us right now, your wallet's history should be so in depth you can just use your wallet history as a way to show your credit score or your history in the space. Like, and you have a bad wallet where you've been making some terrible trades, get rid of that shit and get a new one and start over. Okay, get a new wallet and make better trades than the new wallet. But seriously, if you're in this space right now, you've been using these wallets. Like, perfect example. I won't need a credit score. Possibly, I guess, if I'm borrowing from a stranger. But by and large, as far as showing your actual resume or actually showing the history of paying back and doing, like, I can just show a wallet with the ENS airdrop and be like, look, bro, like, this is, I'm getting airdrops over here. Like, we can figure this part out, right? Like, that is a part of what will be your DeFi credit score. Things such as being able to recognize the airdrop. I think they should program that into the credit score, right? They're like, well, this person sees opportunities in the market. This person sees this person's trading history. Like, these are all the different things that could go into a DeFi credit score. So again, this is on the horizon. It's going to happen. I don't think it should. Again, I'll be one of those people, even as it's built, I'm going to blame. I mean, as I say now, I'm going to say, I mean, you could buy this altcoin. You could use this exchange. You could do X, Y, and Z. Or you can use the technology as it's intended to use. You can swap in wallets. You can go peer-to-peer. You can do all these things outside of actually using the centralized services in this space. So again, I think it will be a part of the space. I think it'll be a centralized part of the space. I think Spectral would just be the initial framework of what this thing may be. I think a bigger company, like a Goldman Sachs, honestly, I think a Goldman Sachs, one of these credit companies or venture capital companies will be the one of the initial people to buy it up. Once they buy it, they'll rebuild on it. They'll build it bigger out. They'll build those applications bigger than ever. And they'll try to merge, of course, the traditional sector's credit scores with this new sector of credit scores. And that'll be around the same time on our tax returns. I mean, it won't just be that bubble, check care of your own crypto. No. By that time, they'll have it synced. There'll be the same social security number you'll enter for your regular stuff, your regular credit scores, your regular identification, verification, all that stuff. Expect to enter that or something similar into the digital landscape to bring that up as well. So I called it here first. It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be the future. Crypto Vantage, what's going on? Crypto Vantage is in the house. Make sure you check them out for news and resources as well. Sergeant Crypto said, hey, warriors, be careful of these DeFi 2.0 platforms. If you must test it, get in and get out right. That is right, folks. On these new platforms, is the reason why they're doing airdrops, because people are still losing money as well. S1 Dove said credit scores will be a thing of the past. You already know it. Kadeem, thank you, says polyhopitia. There we go. Visa is using Starkware. Let's see. Lawrence Sanders, are all the classes in the master class one price? So $2,000 includes all the classes together, and then everything else is basically just broken up a la carte for you. And thanks for everybody who put that discount code in there. Again, it's 15 off all classes. If you have any issues, go ahead and email us. Also, we have you can buy it in Bitcoin as well if you want. Fans, I got a like from Mayor Suarez on the tweet talking about potential ads for Miami Coin at the first Miami F1 race in May 2022. Finn, shout out to Finn. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Literally, that's how easy it is for a city not to pay taxes. You got Miami Coin right now. Advertisers, if it's eyes on it, it's going to be advertisers. That's what I'm talking about. You want companies to pay their fair share of taxes. You want free healthcare, free education for the United States citizens not to do anything. This is literally how you do it. You get a city coin. You do say, hey, for this city coin, what we do? Thanksgiving parades, right? Christmas parades, fireworks, all these city-led events. They are free events. Come on downtown to this, whatever square, to this park, this public place. These are free events. Children, everybody can come for a holiday event. This is when you do the city coin, and then you have the sponsorship on top of it for the people. Because you imagine you're doing city coin, Miami Coin being sponsored by Tesla this week. That's how you get them to pay taxes. Have them sponsor the city coin itself for events. Shout out to Finn. That's a great idea. And that's the thing, people. That's what I love about our warriors we're seeing here. There's many ideas to sidestep all of these fake issues and problems that we keep saying that crypto brings to us. No, cryptocurrency and technology It's solution-oriented technologies and protocols. So it's that easy. I'm glad it was that easy for someone to come up with that. Now let's see if it actually gets utilized in one of these cities. That was pretty cool to see Mayor Suarez like that tweet, though. Let's see. Alpios have been messing with Cash App for a while now. Has anybody else had issues with them? I haven't had issues with Cash App as of yet, so I can't say anything on that. Let's see. KuCoin. Say like KuCoin. Just to be clear, so when asked about the exchange, I only use exchanges really to get Bitcoin, folks. Like large cash transfers in Bitcoin. So I'm not using the exchange to trade. That's why I said I swap in wallet. If it's a certain project or token that's only on exchanges, then I would swap for that token on the exchange and I would get off the exchange. I do not use exchanges to swap. I use wallets to swap, or I use actual swap apps to swap as well. Cover all those in the masterclass. But I wouldn't suggest really swapping on exchange. That means you have to keep your money on it as well. All right. Let's see. Last but not least, Jack Dorsey expected to step down as Twitter CEO. This necessarily isn't just like a straight crypto story, but it did have crypto implications because we know how big Jack Dorsey is in the crypto space, how big he is in the decentralized world of crypto as well. So the only thing I wanted to point out as Jack Dorsey steps down as Twitter is first, will we see the same type of crypto Twitter exist? Or will we see that get reeled in, I guess, diluted some, or will, like I said, continue as it is? Also, is he stepping down so he can ramp up his efforts in the cryptocurrency and DeFi space, which to me would make the most sense. That is the only, like, again, people, you don't step down from golden egg. Like, well, you know what I mean? Like, you don't step down from a good thing, all right? This guy has a good thing. This Twitter, he has a good thing going. You're not going to just step down from it unless you have a bigger thing coming and you already know the type of hold places like the United States government have on you if you have an American company. So this makes sense, again, if he's planning to go even further into the Bitcoin and DeFi space, because he's just like, hey, I'm giving up and giving away anything and everything that can be held against my head, which I'm with, and what you need to do in this space if you're going to be as big as someone like Jack Dorsey is going to be. If you're going to be super big, the last thing you want is a multi-million or billion-dollar company you're the CEO of to hold you back. You to say, well, I want to make this DeFi move or do this. The same way we saw Coinbase get threatened with a lawsuit by the SEC and then immediately drop the plans for a lending program. Like, that is killing innovation. It's crazy. The government keeps saying, we're not trying to kill innovation. We're trying to protect you. No. How are you trying to protect people when the biggest company in cryptocurrency, Coinbase, isn't even allowed to innovate? They weren't allowed to launch a lending. They weren't allowed to launch a lending program through fear and threat of legal repercussions from the SEC. That is essentially killing innovation. SEC, you're killing innovation. United States government, you're killing innovation. Stop saying you're protecting. You're killing innovation. But again, if you're killing innovation, and I'm Jack Dorsey, and I'm looking at Brian Armstrong and Coinbase getting threatened to be sued by the SEC for trying to grow their company in this space, then I would also say, well, you know what? I have big plans in this space. I can make just as much, if not more money. I'm going to step down from Twitter. I'm no longer involved. That way, when I make these moves, if they say, well, hey, if you do that, then this is going to happen to Twitter, you can wholeheartedly with a straight face be like, well, that's not my business anymore. That's between the new CEO and you all and how you are going to handle it. I'm doing this in the DeFi space. So I think that's the move Jack is planning to make. He's planning to get out of the traditional market. And the only way to do that is to actually get out of it. So we'll continue to watch that story, but I think we'll see more coming from Jack as he left that space. All right, last couple of quick comments before we get out of here. Let's see. Crypto Vantage said Jack's probably focusing on Square and implementing crypto. Yeah, I agree with you. Crypto Vantage. Let's see. On Zella, what's going on? Thank you for that purchase. Much appreciated. Yes, thanks for all the support. A lot of people got the masterclass this weekend. For all those new people who got the masterclass this weekend, today and tomorrow, give it about 4 to 5 weeks. Probably going into the new year. I'm thinking either at the end of this year or the first, second week of January, we will have another full-fledged Q&A for all those new people for the masterclass. So if you have questions, feel free to be on the lookout. Make sure you sign up for everything, and we'll send that email out in the next few weeks. Let's see. What else do we have? P Beach saying he'll go meta. I can see him going meta as well. Rico San Diego say, I got that OK Coin death email saying to sell and pull off within 7 days, yeah, you got to do it if it's like that. Chemo and crypto, great point. Be curious. It'll be curious how credit scores will work with purchasing digital property in the metaverse. That is something to actually pay attention to as well. I didn't see the South Park episode on Bitcoin, but I'm definitely about to try to watch it. That's my show. I like that. Let's see what else we have. Last couple of comments. Yes, Crypto Vanish. Crypto Vanish 19.9 thousand, almost to 20,000 people. We are less than 40 people away from 20,000. Tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell your sister, and your best friend. Let's get these likes and share going so we can hit this 20,000 subs and have this algorithm going crazy this week. Other than that, only thing else is going on is BitBasel. BitBasel is going down to Miami. Bitcoin Zay is down there. I'm waiting to see my schedule for the week, but I might go to BitBasel later this week in Miami. I'll let you all know if I make it down there for sure. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share. Again, the masterclass Cyber Money Crypto Tuesday, 15 off is that code on all classes. If you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and email us those questions. We'll answer those for you. Other than that, make sure you smash the like and share. And like I said,